Evening folks, Danfoshizzle here. Right, today we're going to be taking a look at the ProTank, the Kanger ProTank. Now this is a little review that I've been holding off for a little while because I wanted to get to know the little atomizer. I wanted to see how it compared to other Zillicrates that I've tried, i.e. Vivinovas, blah blah blah. And now's the time it's come. It's time to give it a little review. So what we're going to do is I've got to empty this so I can show you the gubbins of it. In your pack you will receive, some people are getting it in a leather pouch, some people are getting it in a box. I got mine in a box. I've got the Kanger ProTank itself, which is there. Right, which is that. Where's the little? There it is. Right. You get the Kanger ProTank. You get one spare head with one head installed, and you also get a little beauty ring. Now I don't use the beauty ring because I use this on my mods. I don't really need the beauty ring, but it does come with an ego threaded beauty ring, which is handy if you want to use it on an ego, which I have. Right, now construction is chrome plated brass with a Pyrex tank. Right, let's just get this emptied. We'll go down onto the rug and I'll show you some stuff. See you in a second. Now, if you receive yours anything like I received mine, I received the base, which is there. Wait for that to focus. There you go. Do base. It's got a nice solid 510 connector. I haven't had any problems with threading whatsoever. And down in there is where you screw your head. Now, these are Evo D head compatible. Bloody focus. Right, these are Evo D head compatible. I've heard of people using the Evo D heads so that it makes the draw less airy. I've not had a problem with an airy draw myself, but it is a little airy, but it's not unbearably airy, if you get what I mean. Right, this top comes off, and these are actually quite easy to re-wick. I've done one or two. Yeah, on scale of 1 to 10, rebuilding is really easy compared to a Vivinova head. There seems to be a lot more room to work in the top head, and I don't have any of the shorting issues that I normally have with a Vivinova head. Maybe it's the way I do them, maybe not, I don't know. Right, and you'll also get, which some would say is the most important bit, is this tank. Now, this tank for me is a good one. It isn't stainless steel. It is chrome plated brass, but I don't think that detracts from it too much, really. I've heard of people having problems with the Pyrex ungluing for the base, and people having the top come off. I've even seen one of, but I've not had a problem. To me, it's solid as a rock. It is branded. I keep talking about branding, and it's fine if it's like this where it's subtle. There's nothing worse when something's over branded. There's the branding there, but it's not tackily done again, it's just nicely done. One feature that I would have liked to have on my ProTank is to use my own drip tip, and I know there is a ProTank alike that is coming out within the next 2 or 3 weeks that you can use your own drip tip, and it is also Evo D head compatible, so draw your own conclusions there. But that is just about all I can show you of the ProTank. There's the insides of it. Inside here you see your tube. You don't want to get any juice down there. You want to get juice into the side, but if you're watching this, I'm sure you know that anyway. Right, to put it back together, take your base, you take your head, and you screw them together. Easy as pie. If pie is easy, this is as easy as pie. Right. Then you take your base and you take your Kanger. You have your Kanger filled up. I'm going to fill mine up now with some King's custard. All you want to do is you want to take your Kanger tank. See if I can show this. There you go. Right. You want to drip juice down the side, being careful not to get any in the centre hole. Fill her up. I haven't filled this all the way up. I did manage to get some down the bloody centre tube, typical. But screw your base on. Make sure you get like a, not too tight, but make sure you get a good seal, because obviously it is a bottom coil polymerizer, and if you don't get a good seal on that bottom, it will leak. Right, and that is her filled up. Alright, now I think that this tank is a very, very, very nice looking little tank. I mean, I suppose you could call it a premium Clearomizer if there's such a thing. Yeah, I'll go with that. Premium Clearomizer. It's not really a Clearo because it's not made of plastic, but it is a Clearomizer. That is its job. Alright, we're going to come back up to me and we're going to take a look, see how it vapes, see what voltages it can take, blah 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 blah. See you in a second. Right, ProTank. Right, the weapon of choice today, I think it's still going to have to be the T-Max, I really do. Right. If you can hear that, we have liftoff. Right. Let's check the ohmage of this coil. So LCD, I'm still getting used to the Sigeli menu, by the way. I'm so used to using a bloody EVIC. Right, resistance. We are at 2.4 ohms. This is one of the heads that came with the ProTank, just so you can see how it performs. My ProTank heads are rebuilt with cotton and they sit around 1.4, 1.5 ohms. But that's because I like a lower resistance vape. So other people might not like such a low resistance vape. I know a couple of people that like their coils at around 2.5, 2.6 even. So, right, 2.4 ohms. I'm going to set that at 9 watts. Now, as you can see, this thing's an absolute beast. I think it is to do with the whole airy draw thing again. Some people just call it an airy draw. I just see it as more air's getting into that coil, baby, and more air on that coil means for you more clouds. Alright. Now, flavour off of this. Being a bottom coil, it is a cooler vape. It is. It's not something that I particularly find that appealing. I like a nice warm vapor. That's why I'm such a dripper fan, because I like a nice warm vapor. But with this being a cooler vape, it doesn't detract from it whatsoever. But flavour for me is good, but not as good as something like a dripper. but that's probably obvious anyway. This is a Clearomizer. But you do get epic clouds of vapor off of this thing. Even on an ego, it still is a really good performer. Flavour, I'm going to go back to flavour. Right, I previously in this had King's Custard, and I've refilled it with some King's Custard. But flavour changing in this, going from say a fruity to a savoury, or a fruity to a creamy, say, for the first maybe, this is probably the same with any sort of silica wick atomizer actually, for the first say 5 or 6 puffs you are going to get like a mixture. Mind you, that's probably the same with any bloody atomizer, what am I talking about? But flavour changing is not super fast, it's a gradual thing, but once the flavour has changed, you know it, if that makes any sense. Right, vapor production is bloody awesome. Right, I believe that there is, if you're not a fan of airy draw, there is a few fixes available on YouTube. One by my good friend Ricky Matrix, which is basically just as far as I can remember, because I wasn't too bothered about the airy draw, but I did watch it, and it's blocking up 1 or 2 of the air holes in the 510 connector. Let's see if this is going to focus in. If I get my ugly mug out of the way, it might do. Right. There we go. Right. Now, as you can see in there, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 air holes in that base. Right. 4 is a lot. Normally, I mean, what have we got to hand? Just I can pick up randomly. Just got them in the base over anything else. Right. Nothing actually. Only other thing I've got to hand is an Evo D. That doesn't explain my point at all. But anyway, 4 is quite a lot, so blocking up a couple will stop that airy draw in its tracks. Right. So for this device, I didn't really want to do out of 10 ratings, but the way my reviews are going lately, I'm still going to think I'm going to have to. Right, on looks, as you can see, it is not a bad looking atomizer. But I've shown you it enough, you should know what it looks like. Right, it is not a bad looking atty. Even on one of the ugliest mods I own, it is not a bad looking atomizer. Features, it's a Clearomizer. Performance, for me, it performs really well. Vapor production good, hit good, flavour good, and it is just it's a good little tank. So out of 10, I would give this 8.5. Yeah, I got 8.5. Now there's a few things, bloody vapor. There's a few things in my eyes they can do to make this even better, and that is give you the choice of using your own drip tip, giving you, even if the price was to be bumped up a bit, to make it stainless steel would be such an improvement. In fact, I think that is the only 2 things I can think of that would improve it for me personally. For other people, the third thing would be to be less of an airy draw, but I've not had a problem with that myself. Right, I'll stop rabbiting now. I've been Danfoshizzle. I'll see you in the next one.